Marissa, and I have an evangelism story from my missions trip to Uganda from freshman year. But basically, we would go from house to house in Ugandan villages and preach the gospel to people there. And one time I came across a woman with her young child, and she just had never heard the gospel before, and so we were able to preach the gospel to her, and it was super cool. And she opened up to us about how her husband had just left her like the day before, and she was trying to find hope in some way, like crying out for it. And so it was kind of cool because like my team and I came to her door, knocked on it, and shared the gospel with her, and it was like hope came knocking on her door. And the next day we were able to give her a Bible in her language, so it was super cool. And she ended up starting a fellowship in her house through the local church there. So yeah, that's my cool story.
My name is Lauren, and the word that comes to mind when I think of evangelism is compassion. I think that compassion drives all evangelism because it's the compassion of Jesus. And I have such a cool story. I was on the treadmill just doing my own thing, minding my own business, and I heard like the Lord tell me a girl, she was weightlifting, and I heard the Lord give me a word of knowledge for her. And that was really scary for me because I was like, dang, like that's really specific, that she's been through breakup relationships and all of these things. And I was like, Lord, I don't, like my heart literally started beating out of my chest, and I was like, I don't know if I should go over there or not. And then he just said, like, I want you to be obedient and show compassion on her, because she doesn't have what you have, which is the Holy Spirit and is me. And so I went over there and I asked her, I said, hey, like, said all the things, and it ended up being exactly what she was going through. But the most marking thing, I think, from that whole experience with her was she looked at me and she said, it was kind of funny at first. I was like, wait, what? But then she explained it. She was like, you sound like my mom. And I was kind of like, oh, what does that mean? And she was like, the same like voice that I'm hearing of like love and compassion is like what my mom has shown me so much. And I'm realizing now that it's not my mom, it's Jesus, because it's so like the same voice I'm hearing in you is Jesus that I hear in my mom. And that, like, honestly, I think it touched me. I don't, probably more than it even touched her in that moment, to realize like it's literally Jesus through us when we go out and evangelize. It's the Holy Spirit through us that is speaking to people with compassion, with love. And so I would encourage you to go out and evangelize. It's not as scary as you think. You just got to do it.